no gold is not in her. She's a
Hey, what's going on YouTube? Frost here, coming at you guys with a brand new video. And guys, this video is going to be a little bit different. Clearly, as you guys can tell by the thumbnail and the title of the video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite console games of all time. The only reason I say console is because if I did top 5 favorite games, there would be a couple PC games in there, but I want to kind of stick to the console right now. And I'm definitely gonna make a top 5 favorite PC games down the line and top 5 favorite games of all time down the line, just because I haven't really gotten to indulge the full PC side of things yet. That'll come later on once my PC's built. Speaking of that, I need to get that done ASAP and get ready to order some more parts this week and get to it from there. But anyways, let's hop right on into it and kind of talk about some other things dealing with the video. So the reason why I did top 5 favorite console games to start it off is because, well, I've always been a console player, and those two are dressed exactly alike, so that confused me a lot. I've always been a console player. I started off, well, especially PlayStation. I've played Xbox. This guy is destroying my life. I've played Xbox. I didn't really enjoy it. I never really have enjoyed it. I've definitely just been a PlayStation player. I've never owned an Xbox, but I have played a lot of it. It's just, I don't know, it wasn't my console, and I don't disagree with it. I don't hate on it. It's not that big of a deal to me. But anyways, so most of these are obviously going to be a lot of PlayStation games, but most of these games you can get on Xbox as well. But yeah, let's start it off with number 5 here. Number 5 is going to have to be Skate 3, and if any of you guys don't know what Skate 3 is, it's a skateboarding game. Clearly, kind of what it says in the title. But it was the third installment of the Skate series, obviously, and it was the first one I played. I played the first version of it, and I played the third version of it. I never played 2. I heard it was really fun. I played a little bit of it with my friend, but not enough to really give a good judgment off of it. But Skate 3 has to be my number 5 because it's one of the games that I definitely just took me a little bit away from Call of Duty, and I still enjoyed a lot. And before I get into the next one, speaking of Call of Duty, I did definitely only allow myself to choose one Call of Duty, because if I was allowed to choose multiple on this list, it would probably take up the whole list, and that would make no sense. So anyways, moving on to number 4 here is going to have to be GTA 5. I love GTA 5. I've always loved all the other GTAs, but GTA 5 obviously added in the online, and that is something that completely changed the game for GTA and completely changed the game for me, and I love playing it. Me and we have some differences for sure. Me and GTA 5. For a while there, it would always lag me out of lobbies and stuff like that, but recently it's definitely picked up, and the problems have been fixed. I've only lagged out of like 1, maybe 2 lobbies in the past like 4 or 5 months, so I've definitely really started enjoying the game a lot more, and I play it all the time. Clearly, it's always on the channel. It's one of my favorite games. It's probably a game I won't stop playing for a long time. And yeah, and I love the aspect of the story mode. I love the aspects of the online. Online is for sure my more favorite part of it, but story mode is definitely there's definitely a piece of it in my heart, especially with the old GTAs, because they always have really good story modes, and there's always a lot of fun things you can do. So GTA is just it's just been one of those games that I know I won't forget about. Obviously, there's like some skeptical things about it just because there's some things you can do, but it's definitely a more mature game, and it's something that I have always played mature games. I've never I've never strayed away from it, and I definitely haven't had any problems just because I've played mature games. It's just something that I've grown up doing, and like the first GTA I played was GTA 3 on the PS2, and I was pretty young at that time, clearly, and I still played it. I'm fine. But yeah, I love GTA, and that definitely earns a number 4. The only reason why it's not up higher, I'd have to say, is because it's the problems I've had with GTA 5. Like, I've had a lot of issues. I mean, I'm obviously not the best in the world at it, but it's just a fun game to play with all your friends, and it's a game that I recommend if you've never played it, which if you haven't played it, you're kind of living under a rock. But it's a fun game, and once again, I'm playing this. Actually, I don't think I mentioned that. I'm playing this live. So this is kind of dragging on, but that's kind of why I'm doing bad. But anyways, moving on to number 3 here, it was going to have to be Rainbow Six Siege, and Rainbow Six Siege definitely takes the number 3 spot because it's that game away from Call of Duty on console, that first-person shooter away from Call of Duty that really, like, stood out to me. And I'm not talking like RPG, I'm talking like first-person, like head-to-head, like multiplayer combat, stuff like that, not those other things, but it definitely takes a place in my heart because there's so much realistic aspect to it, and there's so many things you can do in that game that truly just brings the game to life, and it just makes me, you know, I fell in love with the game. I played it, I remember getting it and just truly enjoying it. It was one of those games where it's like, oh, it's just like a knockoff of Call of Duty, just trying to make it different. And, you know, I finally opened my eyes to it, finally bought it, and it's a game I love to play. I might not be playing it right now, but it's a game that I will keep playing for a long time with the updates that come out. And if they bring out another game like it, I'm gonna buy it. Like that is one of the best games I have ever played. That's why it's definitely number 3, because it is a fun game. Now, I might not play it as often as I used to, but that's just for the simple fact that there's nothing new right now. I'm gonna wait for something new, and I'm gonna keep going back to it whenever something new comes out, new operators, and just fun things we can do on it. But number 2, this game was a game that I was skeptical about at first, and it was really a game that I didn't really get into. Like, I got heavily into it on year 1, but I didn't really get back into it till this year, and I grinded it out a lot. I started doing a lot more fun things on the game, and I started to enjoy it a whole lot more, and that's definitely going to have to be Destiny. Destiny is an RPG, first-person shooter. Obviously, it's a big name. They just announced Destiny 2. Clearly, it's one of my higher-rated videos on my channel, and because I reacted to it, and it's amazing. That game truly brings a lot of things to life, and there's a lot of imagination involved into it, and there's something about it that will always take a nice place in my heart because, you know, there's a lot of grinding, a lot of late nights to it, and it's one of those games that will forever be just a good, in general, all-around game. And there's always going to be problems with games. That's just how the games are, but that is definitely going to have to be my number 2 just because of the grinding I put into that game and how much I love it. So, now that I've taken up a lot of time with those other games and just talking, let's get into number 1 while I still have 10 kills left. So, number 1 is definitely going to have to go to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And the reason why I picked Modern Warfare 2, like, why not Modern Warfare as the first installment? The first is always the best. Well, that's because I didn't really play Modern Warfare. I got into it after that. I got into it, like, Black Ops 1 area, but I definitely played Modern Warfare 2 the most out of, like, the earlier CODs, I'd have to say. And it was something that I've always loved and always will love. So, it was one of those Call of Duties that really stood out. It's one of those Call of Duties that still really stands out, and people will forever talk about it because it's Modern Warfare 2. It is that game, that Call of Duty that honestly was all around. Everyone loved it. And that being said, you know, I'm still playing Call of Duty to this day, and that is one of the games why. So, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, because I did enjoy making it. I like going into depth, talking about all this stuff, and it's actually really fun. I can't wait to do that with the top 5 favorite Call of Duties. I'm gonna probably sub out Modern Warfare 2 on that video, just because, you know, it's my number 1 all-time favorite game. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys did enjoy, because I did. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.